If you just got engaged,
Congratulations!
We're here to help you figure out what's next. Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm John, and welcome to Paper Truly. Today we've got 7 essential tips for newly engaged couples. You know, we learned a lot when we planned our own wedding, and we've helped thousands of brides and grooms with theirs since 2009.
Tip 1 is wait. Don't start planning right away. Take some time to just be engaged together and enjoy it. Because planning is stressful. This might be the time in your relationship, like the first time, where you really have to kind of work out some stuff and be stressed together. So just take some time to dream. Why are you laughing? Take some time to dream.
It's too real.
Yes, it is. Take some time to dream before turning it into a project.
Yeah, because the reason I'm laughing is that this is something we really didn't do. I mean, we jumped right into planning. And surprise, we're hyper planners. I'm sure that comes as a shock. But in retrospect, we definitely should have waited a little and just enjoyed being an engaged couple together. Because it was fun. It was fun.
Yes, it was.
It was fun. Tip 2, when it is time to start planning, make your first guest list and budget. So take a drive with your fiance or go for a walk. Just go somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed, where you can just talk and take notes.
Work together to make a list of the most important things that you want for your wedding. Top 3 is a good idea. For me, my top 3 were photography, because I wanted to make sure that everything was captured well so that I could remember it well for the rest of my life.
It's an important one.
It is one. The invitations, because we do invitations. And the wedding dress, because I sew, and I was so excited to make my own dress, especially for me, that didn't exist anywhere out there. I was really excited about that.
It was beautiful. It really was.
It was fun.
But we had this conversation in the car, actually, on a long drive back from St. Louis. Actually, I think it was before we were even technically engaged. I, again, said we were hyper planners. I wasn't kidding. But it gave us a moment to talk without distractions, and it just really helped the miles fly by, because we had a lot to talk about. One thing with this, though. Give yourselves permission for this to change. Because let us promise you something. We guarantee you it's going to change.
Tip 3, select your venues and your dates, but be flexible. You have to. We found this huge, beautiful Presbyterian church that we thought was just amazing looking on the inside. But they kind of had some rules, and the costs just didn't kind of work well for our vision. Didn't really fit our vision. But we found this really quaint little church up on Lookout Mountain, and it worked out so beautifully. It was perfect.
It really was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as the dates, you really want to be flexible, because you're going to start with a range and then narrow it down based on the availability of the venues. By the way, if you're thinking about getting married in September or October or May or June, those are the most popular months to get married, so you're really going to have to be flexible going in with those dates. With that, you want to avoid the major holidays if at all possible, unless there's some kind of special family significance to them, or you're just considering having a smaller, more private family ceremony to begin with. Tip 4, consider using a wedding planner. Now, we understand you've never done this before, probably. You two are probably rookies at this whole wedding planning thing, even if you've already been in your friends' weddings. And wedding planners bring a level of expertise that is remarkable. Most of them have different levels or different packages with different levels of service for different budgets. And of course, if you really truly can't afford a wedding planner, there are always apps and websites that can help.
Yeah. We planned everything ourselves, and I really wish that we had had a planner.
Yeah.
Because the stress relief is so worth it. And I really feel like, that feeling of kind of like everything on your wedding day is a blur? I feel like having a planner would basically eliminate that and just have you recall more stuff from your wedding just for the rest of your life. Tip 5, be careful what you share on social media. So you want to make sure that your engagement is official on social media. That's fine. Just make sure that your families know first. They might feel left out if they have to find out only on social media first. But you don't, so the most important thing is you don't want to share all the planning details on social media, because you might get unsolicited advice, or you may have people inviting themselves, because that does happen.
It totally happens.
It totally happens.
Now, this is something that's changed a lot since we got married. I mean, we got married in 2009. It's really not that long ago in the scheme of things, but that's basically a million years in social media terms.
We're old dinosaurs.
We're definitely old dinosaurs. So if you're getting married today, well, in the near future, we'll say, resist the urge to share everything on Insta and Snapchat. And definitely resist the urge to share all your Pinterest boards because, look, the more that you share, the fewer surprises that guests are going to have at the event. Tip 6, partner with a professional for your save the dates, your invitations, and your day of printed goods. Look, DIY is great, and there are a lot of great tutorials out there about different techniques and different things that you can do for your invitations. But a professional is going to have a level of expertise and access to materials and techniques that you simply don't have. Now, if you are set on doing the whole DIY thing, consider this. Do it yourself doesn't mean go it alone. We serve couples, a lot of couples every year who elect to do their own assembly to add their personal touch to the invitations that we create and print.
Yeah, and working with an expert means less stress for you. Let them handle the technical details because that's what they're good at. That's what they do. That's what you're paying them for. And then you get to do the fun stuff. So that's the best part anyway.
It is the best part.
So tip 7, your wedding is the first day, not the only day. So I'm going to say something a bit controversial here. Are you ready?
No.
The most important thing out of all of the stuff that we've been discussing is not your wedding day.
What?
It's not your wedding day.
What have we been talking about this whole time then?
It's your marriage is the most important thing
Oh.
of all of this. So if all these little minute details don't work out 100% perfectly on your wedding day, it's okay. It's okay. Your wedding is literally the first day of the rest of your lives. So invest in your relationship.
For us, as part of that investment in our relationship, we did premarital counseling during our engagement. And it's kind of amazing now, years later, to see the things that we learned there that still apply to our everyday lives in very little but important ways. I mean, our lives are totally different now. We have 2 kids, we have a house, we have a business, and yet these things that we learned as 2 young kids in love still have an effect on our relationship and how we can still love each other and get along.
You have crazy eyes right now.
I do. The honesty is really important. If nothing else, really pay attention to the different ways that you and your future spouse prioritize and plan things. And look at this whole experience as an opportunity to learn about each other. Because you're going to have a lot of opportunity to learn about each other as you do this whole wedding planning process together. Hey, thanks for watching. And again, if you just got engaged, congratulations!
Yay!
Yay! Click that subscribe button to get our videos in your feed every 2 weeks. You can leave us a question or a comment below. We love helping people create their perfect invitations. You can find us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest at PaperTruly, and you can find our shop at papertruly.com.